Number 19. A particle moves along the x-axis, only back and forth on the x-axis. T is greater than or equal to 0. Its position is given by this equation. What is the velocity of the particle at the first instance when the particle is at the origin? Okay, so we need to find velocity, but I don't know when I want that velocity yet. I have to first figure out when is the first instance when the particle is at the origin. Well, that means when is its position 0. So we're looking for when this position is 0, okay? So you're going to graph it. Here's my graph. If you hit zoom 6 just to make things straight, that's fine. But really all that matters, and this graph happens to look that way anyway, all that matters is time has to be greater than or equal to 0. So I really should have just looked from 0 on. So here's my graph, and I want to know when this graph equals 0. Remember, this is a graph of time and position. So at this point right here, at time of 0, the position of the particle is 1. So that means it's 1 unit on the x-axis. It's positive 1 unit to the right on the x-axis. And I want to know when it is hitting 0. So that's this point right here. So use your calculator to find it. Get to the left, get to the right. Okay, now you can store that value if you want to, or just write it down. But don't round, because you still have to use this number. We now want the velocity at this point. So we want velocity of that value that we just found. So what's the easiest way to find the velocity if I'm allowed to use a calculator? And derive. And I already have the function graphed. So now all I need to do is n derive. Actually, I had it right there. I could have used that. N derive of y1, since we already put it into y1. So math 8, with respect to x, y1, evaluated at this number. Now you can type that number in right now. I could actually type in x right now because it's stored as x since it's the last value we used. But just because you probably don't trust me on that, I'll go ahead and type in all the numbers. And that's your answer. So the velocity at this time is negative 0.318, which means the particle's moving to the left. Okay?